Oh, buckle your seatbelts because this right here makes the Kardashian Christmas special look like a therapy session. King Harris, yes, T.I. and Tiny's son has officially lost it. The internet is in a meltdown after a leak dropped claiming T.I. had an affair, and King confronted his father in a way that made every Southern church mama clutch her pearls. We're talking screaming receipts, accusations, and one viral line that has now been tattooed on Twitter's memory forever. You cheated on mom. This isn't some quiet family dinner argument. This is House of Harris, War Edition. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's so public that even TMZ reportedly needed a therapist after covering it. The leak hit the web like a nuclear bomb, and within minutes, everyone from the shade room to your cousin's group chat was analyzing every syllable. If you thought King's past antics were wild, baby, this is the sequel no one was ready for. T.I.'s reputation is cracking faster than a cheap phone screen. Tiny's silence is louder than a church organ. And fans are asking one question: did the royal family of Atlanta just implode? Stay right here because this tea just spilled into boiling lava. Let's start with the day the internet exploded, and the Harris family name became trending topic #1 for all the wrong reasons. It was supposed to be a quiet evening in Atlanta. T.I. was probably somewhere rehearsing a motivational speech for Instagram. Tiny was minding her business. And King Harris, the self-proclaimed Royal Prince of Chaos, was busy promoting his music. Then boom, like a lightning strike from the gossip gods, screenshots started circulating faster than a fake. Birkin at an influencer brunch, a mysterious page called At Atlanta Confessions Uncut posted what looked like leaked text messages between T.I. and a woman identified only as K. The messages weren't subtle, they were steamy. And not the "we just friends" type. We're talking flirty emojis, private hotel meets, and lines like, "You know Tiny don't appreciate you like I do." The internet gasped collectively, like it was watching a car crash in slow motion. Fans immediately started screaming, "Not T.I. cheating again," while others were like, "Oh, this gotta be AI, right? Right?" Spoiler, nobody was sure, but everyone was watching. Within 2 hours, every blog from the Shade Room to Hollywood Unlocked had reposted the alleged screenshots. Twitter, sorry, X, was a digital war zone. Half the users were defending T.I., saying he's too grown for that mess, while the other half were digging up every old interview where he talked about loyalty, family, and moral values. One user even posted, "T.I. gave us lectures about integrity just to get caught up like this?" The shade was poetic dot, but the real explosion came when a leaked audio clip surfaced. That's when all hell broke loose. The audio allegedly featured King Harris yelling at his father in what fans called the most awkward family feud ever caught on voice memo. The clip was short, about 30 seconds, but it was nuclear. You could hear King shouting, "You cheated on mom, and you think we don't see it?" Before a heated back and forth erupted, the internet lost its collective mind. Some said it sounded staged, others said it was heartbreakingly real. One thing was for sure, it didn't sound like a PR stunt. It sounded like a son who had enough. Now let's rewind. Because this isn't the first time King's explosive emotions made headlines. Remember his viral "I'm not like y'all" rant at that Atlanta restaurant? The one where he got into it with his own parents on live video? That moment set the tone for what's happening now. A young man fed up with family secrets being disguised as grown folks' business. And when the alleged affair leak hit, King wasn't having any of it. Sources close to the Harris family, and by sources, I mean people with Wi-Fi and free time, claim that King found out about the messages days before the leak. Word on the street says he confronted T.I. privately first, hoping to handle it quietly. But quiet doesn't exist in this family. When T.I. allegedly brushed it off and told him to mind grown business, King reportedly snapped. The next thing fans saw? King's cryptic post on his Instagram story. "Y'all idolize people who play perfect on camera. Off camera? It's fake love and fake loyalty." Fans didn't even need context. They knew. The internet detectives pieced it together faster than the FBI on caffeine. Everyone started tagging T.I., Tiny, and King in theories that made Game of Thrones look simple. Tiny, of course, did what Tiny does best: nothing. Silence. The woman stayed off social media. Didn't post, didn't comment, didn't even like a picture. That silence? Louder than a church organ on Easter Sunday. Fans started flooding her last post with comments like, "We stand with you, Tiny," and "You deserve better, Queen." Meanwhile, T.I. went dark. No motivational quotes, no expeditiously podcasts, nothing. Just complete digital ghosting. But King? King was just getting started. He went live that night, and if you missed it, congratulations on having peace in your life. Over 100,000 people tuned in as King ranted for almost 15 minutes straight. He never mentioned names directly, but everyone knew exactly who he meant. "It's crazy how people act like family but can't even be honest," he said. "Don't preach about morals when you break every rule in private." Fans were eating it up. The live was chaotic, half emotional, half volcanic. He threw subtle jabs like, "Y'all ever notice the ones who talk the most about respect be the ones disrespecting their own homes? And ain't no loyalty when the truth gotta hide behind PR statements." The comments went crazy. King exposed him. T.I. caught slippin'. This family needs a reality show again. The internet thrives on dysfunction, and this was pure digital gold. Now, here's where it got darker. Because while the fans were screaming and memeing, insiders began whispering that the affair wasn't a one-time slip-up. Allegedly, the K-woman had been around for months. Supposedly, she worked in entertainment styling. And people started digging through her page, finding subtle posts of fancy dinners, designer gifts, and captions like, "He said I deserved it. Oh, the irony. By now." The family's image as hip-hop royalty was crumbling faster than a dollar store wig in humidity. For years, T.I. and Tiny were seen as the OG power couple, the trap king and the ride-or-die queen. Their VH1 era painted them as Atlanta's first family, raising kids with flair, faith, and a touch of chaos. But after this, fans said the crown was slipping, and King? He didn't care about optics, he wanted the truth. A few days after his first live, he dropped a cryptic tweet that simply said, "Don't ask me to protect what you keep breaking." No names, no tags, but it hit like a bomb. By then, the public was torn, half sympathizing with King for defending his mom, the other half calling him disrespectful for airing private family issues online. But come on, this is the internet. Privacy died the minute someone invented the share button. Then came the biggest twist. An anonymous account posted alleged D-miss between Tiny and a close friend where Tiny reportedly said, "I'm tired. Every time I forgive, something new comes out." The post had no proof it was real, but that didn't stop it from going viral. Screenshots spread faster than T.I.'s dictionary memes. So now, you've got King on a social crusade, Tiny allegedly heartbroken, T.I. ducking the internet like it's child support court, and fans acting like they're part of the Harris family group chat. But trust me, the worst was yet to come. Because what started as a family scandal was about to turn into a full-blown public execution of image and ego. T.I. wasn't just fighting rumors, he was fighting his own son, his reputation, and a generation that doesn't stay quiet anymore. And when the public finally saw how deep this drama ran, they didn't just pick sides. They started flipping the whole table, because, as you're about to see next, this wasn't just about cheating. This was about legacy, loyalty, and the Harris empire cracking from the inside out. When the first leak hit, everyone thought it was bad. But by midweek, it turned biblical. The Harris empire wasn't just trending, it was collapsing in real time, one repost at a time. You had King Harris, the rebellious prince, lashing out on live like he was auditioning for a Zeus spinoff. You had T.I. ducking behind no comment like that was gonna save him from a digital firing squad. And Tiny? Silent as a saint, which somehow made it 10 times worse. The memes alone could have powered Twitter for a year. One viral post said, "T.I. be spelling loyalty but can't practice it expeditiously." Another, "Tiny in the house listening to You Don't Know My Name on loop." Fans were savage, funny, and petty all at once. You could tell everyone had been waiting for this moment. The perfect family narrative was finally cracking, and social media was feasting like Thanksgiving. But what sent it into total meltdown was when King dropped round 2. The kid wasn't just ranting anymore. He was exposing receipts. On his Instagram Live, with over 150,000 people watching, King held up what looked like screenshots of messages he allegedly found on his dad's iPad. The messages were short, but the damage? Nuclear. One read, "When's the next trip? Tiny think I'm in the studio again." Another said, "Keep your phone on D&D when you're with me." with me. Fans gasped so loud you could hear it through the comments. People started yelling, he's showing proof. T.I. done got caught by his own iCloud. And the classic, somebody call Maury, we got a family explosion. Within minutes, clips from King's live flooded every platform. Twitter was chaos. TikTok editors were turning the footage into dramatic edits with violin music. YouTubers dropped reaction videos before the stream even ended. It wasn't just a scandal, it was a pop culture event. And let's be real, this wasn't just about cheating. This was about power. King wasn't just mad about the affair, he was furious about being lied to, publicly humiliated and treated like he was too young to understand. Y'all think y'all can fool me 'cause I'm your kid? He shouted during the live. I ain't no baby. I grew up watching this fake love in front of cameras. That line hit like a slap. People weren't laughing anymore. Suddenly, it didn't sound like drama, it sounded like trauma. The internet flipped from jokes to empathy in record time. Commenters said, "This isn't entertainment, this is a cry for help," while others still stirred the pot. Nah, this boy just exposing generational hypocrisy. Then, as if the universe said, let's make this worse, another player entered the game, the alleged mistress herself. She posted on her story, "Everybody judging, but nobody asking why he came to me in the first place. Excuse me, ma'am?" That one line was enough to send the gossip logs into overdrive. Who even was this woman? Within an hour, the internet had her name, her job history, her LinkedIn, and pictures of her at an Atlanta event in 2023, standing suspiciously close to T.I. fans, said, "Oh, it's confirmed now." At this point, you couldn't tell where the real story ended and the conspiracy theories began. People were saying Tiny knew the woman, that she worked in styling for one of Tiny's friends, and that this wasn't T.I.'s first rodeo. Old clips resurfaced of Tiny saying in interviews, "Marriage takes work and sometimes you gotta forgive." Now, fans were piecing it together like a Netflix true crime doc. Meanwhile, T.I. finally broke his silence, and boy, was it underwhelming. He posted a black and white selfie with the caption, "Don't let temporary emotions make you permanently foolish. Family business stays in the family." Sir, that was not the response people were waiting for. Within minutes, fans dragged him for filth. You mean the same family you embarrassed? Now it's family business, huh? King didn't leak the affair, your ego did. Even celebs started chiming in. 50 Cent, being 50 Cent, posted a meme of T.I. with the caption, "Damn tip. You got caught expeditiously." Lil Boosie jumped on Instagram Live and said, "Man, that boy King's standing 10 toes on truth. Can't be mad at that." Meanwhile, Candy Burris posted a cryptic quote. "The loudest lessons come from silence." The tea was everywhere. Atlanta was buzzing like it hadn't since The Love and hip-hop reunion brawl of 2018, and guess who else couldn't resist? Charleston White. Oh yes, he went live laughing saying, "I told y'all. Them celebrity daddies be faking like saints while sinning in designer belts." The man was cackling so loud. Even fans said, "Sir, this ain't your moment." Back in the Harris household, sources said it was tense. Allegedly, Tiny was no longer staying in the main house, and King had left altogether. Someone close to the family told a gossip site, "King feels betrayed." He ain't even mad about the cheating, he's mad about the lies. By now, King's name wasn't just trending. He was becoming a symbol. Fans were calling him the voice of truth for confronting toxic family patterns. One viral tweet said, "King Harris didn't expose his dad, he exposed the fake peace we all keep pretending to have in our homes." But let's not get too deep, because this saga still had more twists. Late one night, a new video surfaced online. LLEGEDOY showing T.I. arguing on FaceTime with King. The clip was grainy, but you could hear T.I.'s voice saying, "Watch your mouth before I remind you who you talking to." King responded, "Then act like a father instead of a headline." Fans were shook. Some said it sounded fake, others swore it was real. Either way, the internet didn't care. It had its villain and its hero. Public opinion flipped like a coin. Suddenly, T.I., once seen as the polished Southern mogul, was being dragged as the dad who preaches what he can't practice. Fans dug up old clips from his podcast, expeditiously, where he talked about being a man of Integrity. The comments section, filled with nothing but clown emojis. Meanwhile, King's following skyrocketed. His music streams jumped 300% overnight. He even posted a subtle jab in his Instagram bio, built on truth, not PR. Savage, but let's talk about Tiny because her silence was starting to feel strategic. Insiders claimed she was focused on her piece, but some fans thought she was preparing for divorce papers. A gossip account even claimed lawyers were already involved, though nothing was confirmed. The hashtag Stand With Tiny started trending, and even celebrities like Tamar Braxton commented with heart emojis under Tiny's old posts. By the end of that chaotic week, the Harris family had gone from music royalty to reality TV tabloid gold. And yet, as the chaos peaked, everyone felt like something even bigger was brewing. Because there was still one question left unanswered: who leaked the messages in the first place? Some said it was the alleged mistress. Others swore it was someone from within the Harris circle, maybe even someone close to King himself. The whispers got louder. The theories got darker. And T.I.? He was still trying to keep control, posting another vague caption: "Truth don't need validation from the untruthful." Yeah. Tip, but it does need receipts, because the receipts were still dropping, and when the next set hit the internet, it wasn't about T.I. anymore. It was about the fallout. The emotional wreckage. And the fact that the Harris family, once Atlanta's royal household, was now standing in the ruins of their own empire, cameras rolling, fans watching, popcorn ready. By the time week 2 rolled around, the Harris family wasn't just trending, they were trending on every platform simultaneously. You couldn't open TikTok without hearing dramatic piano music under clips of King Harris yelling, "You cheated on mom," or seeing T.I.'s face photoshopped onto the cover of How to Lose a Family in 10D Maze. Even Reddit, the land of conspiracy and chaos, had turned the scandal into a full-blown investigation, complete with timelines, phone call theories, and alleged burner accounts. The entire situation had gone from messy to catastrophic. And the worst part? Nobody could stop talking about it. Every hour brought a new exclusive, a new insider, a new angle. You could feel the desperation radiating through the screen, PR reps scrambling, cousins leaking, fans refreshing. The Harris empire had officially become a live-action soap opera, and the internet was tuning in like it was Scandal. Atlanta edition. Then came the next explosion. The leaked family meeting video. Somebody, and I mean somebody with access, uploaded a 2-minute clip that appeared to show the Harris family sitting in their living room having what was supposed to be a private intervention. The clip opened with Tiny quietly saying, "We can't keep doing this in public," and T.I. responding, "Then tell your son to stop disrespecting me online." King immediately shot back, "Stop lying and I'll stop posting." Boom, the energy was nuclear. Tiny's eyes rolled. T.I.'s jaw tightened. King stormed out mid-argument, yelling, "You ain't who you pretend to be." The video spread like wildfire. Some fans said it was heartbreaking, others said it was poetic justice. Everyone agreed on one thing: this was too real. The internet suddenly wasn't laughing. It was empathizing, dissecting, connecting. People saw their own family dysfunction mirrored in celebrity chaos. One comment said, "This ain't entertainment, this is therapy for the toxic generation." Still, others were less sympathetic. They accused King of clout chasing, saying he turned pain into promo. But even critics couldn't deny that King's vulnerability, raw, emotional, unfiltered, had struck a nerve. Meanwhile, T.I. was in full damage control mode. He went live, for the first time since the affair allegations broke, wearing his signature beanie, speaking in that calm but condescending tone we've all heard before. He said, "Social media don't define family. Misunderstandings happen. But what I won't tolerate is disrespect, even from my own seed." Translation: he was hurt, but his pride was louder than his pain. But guess what? King didn't let that slide either. Within minutes of his dad's live ending, King posted a story with just one sentence: "Respect is earned, not branded." The internet screamed. One user commented, "King just sonned his own dad." Another said, "This family needs a referee, not a therapist. This family needs a referee, not a therapist." The media coverage turned vicious. Outlets ran headlines like "The Fall of the Harris Dynasty" and "From Rap," Royalty to reality wreckage. Podcast. Hosts debated whether King was being brave or bratty. Talk shows called it the generational divide between old school fathers and new school truth tellers. Meanwhile, Tiny's silence continued, but her silence spoke louder than anything. Fans noticed she unfollowed T.I. for 48 hours, then quietly followed him back. That little digital dance set the blogs ablaze. People were analyzing follows like FBI agents reading Morse code. She unfollowed him for 2 days. That's the wife's version of packing a bag. One user joked then, as if this wasn't enough, the alleged other woman reappeared. She uploaded a mysterious caption, "I never meant to ruin a family." But lies don't heal truth. Ma'am, who asked you? The timing couldn't have been worse. Fans flooded her comments, dragging her mercilessly. Girl, go ghost again. Nobody's buying your sympathy tour. We're rooting for Tiny, not you. It was digital carnage. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. The leaked voicemail. A short audio surfaced of a man who sounded a lot like T.I. saying, "I made a mistake. Don't call no more. My family in flames because of this." Fans froze. Could it be real? Could it be AI? Nobody knew, but the internet doesn't care about truth when the drama's this good. Memes, remixes, and dramatic readings of the voicemail took over TikTok within hours. At this point, even celebrities couldn't resist chiming in. Boosie said on IG Live, "Man, that's why you gotta stay loyal, bro. Family over everything." 50 Cent reposted another meme, this time of T.I. with the caption, "The only thing expeditious is this downfall." Charlemagne the God joked on The Breakfast Club, Asterisk, "T.I. gave us whatever you like, but apparently he wanted whatever he could get." Meanwhile, King kept his foot on the gas. He posted a clip from his upcoming song titled "Truth Hurts Harder," with lyrics clearly aimed at his dad. "You taught me game." Then broke the rules / he built the house. Then lit the fuse. The internet went insane. Fans said, he just dropped a diss track on his own father. Some called it iconic, others called it tragic, but everyone was streaming it. Within 24 hours, the snippet hit 1 million plays. T.I., for his part, tried to pivot back to professionalism. He posted a business promo about his podcast and motivational tour, but every comment was about the scandal. "Ain't nobody trying to get advice from Mr. Infidelity." One wrote. Another said, "We came for redemption, not rebranding." Tiny finally broke her silence with one quiet post, a picture of herself in church. Captioned, "God's still working." That one line sent fans into an emotional spiral. It was elegant, soft, but devastating. Everyone knew what she meant without her saying a single name. By now, the Harris family wasn't just trending, they were etched into meme history. Clips of King yelling, T.I. deflecting, and Tiny praying had become cultural artifacts. Yet deep beneath the chaos, people were starting to see the bigger picture, the fall of an image, carefully curated for over a decade. This wasn't just another scandal. This was the implosion of the Harris brand. The perfect family storyline from their VH1 days had officially shattered. Fans started saying, "This is what happens when you turn real life into reality TV. Eventually, reality wins." As for King, he went quiet, but only after dropping one last cryptic quote, "The truth don't destroy families, lies do." And that line, that one sentence, went viral all over again. Screenshotted, shared, touched, turned into TikTok voiceovers. It became a generational mantra. People said King wasn't just exposing his dad. He was exposing a culture that worships fake perfection. T.I., on the other hand, was reportedly focused on healing, which fans interpreted as trying to out-PR Wildfire. Rumors even surfaced that he and King hadn't spoken in weeks, and that Tiny was playing mediator behind the scenes. By the end of it all, one truth was clear: the Harris empire would never be the same. What was once a dynasty of music and money was now a cautionary tale of fame and family dysfunction. And yet, because it's 2025 and the internet never sleeps, fans were already whispering, imagine if Zeus Network turns this into a series. Because let's be honest, the Harris family doesn't need a reality show anymore. They're the reality show. Whew. Did you feel that, or did we just live through the most chaotic family meltdown of the decade? King Harris stood up to his dad like a walking plot twist. T.I.'s perfect father image crumbled faster than expired glue, and Tiny managed to say absolutely nothing while saying everything. This wasn't a family feud, this was Atlanta's version of Succession with trap beats and emotional damage. Let's be real, this story had everything: leaked text, mystery women, crying lives, church selfies, and a diss track that doubled as therapy. It's poetic, painful, and pure internet gold. But the question remains: was King out of line for dragging his dad in public, or was he the only one brave enough to say what everyone else was whispering? Because honestly, that boy didn't just expose Ty, he exposed the myth of perfection every celebrity family hides behind dots, so go ahead. Hit the like button like you're slapping sense into a cheating rapper. Smash subscribe like it owes you child support. And drop a comment: whose side are you really on? Team respect your father no matter what. Or team tell the truth even if it burns the house down. Because here on Trend Tattle, we don't just spill the tea, we set the table. Light the candles and watch the chaos unfold with popcorn and judgment. Every scandal, every betrayal, every accidentally leaked secret, it all ends up here. So stay tuned, stay messy, and keep your notifications on. Because if there's one thing we've learned from the Harris family, it's that peace in hip-hop lasts about as long as an NDA in a group chat. This is Trend Tattle, where truth burns louder than loyalty.